You're going down, ducks!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of P-Dub's Arcade Loft. This is your host Patrick. I appreciate you hanging out upstairs with us. And guess what? It's Wednesday. And if it's Wednesday, you know what that means. It's Firmware Day! That's right, the AtGames Legends Ultimate has dropped a new firmware, Firmware 4.11.0 today. And on this particular firmware, we now have our light gun support. That's right, light guns are now going to be USB compatible with the AtGames Legends Ultimate. The ones in particular that we're going to test and feature on this video are the AimTrak Light Guns. Now the AimTrak Light Guns, there are two models with recoil and without. Both of those models should work with the AtGames Legends Ultimate. There's a lot of steps we're going to have to go through here to get set up, because we're going to show you everything you need, as well as how to get everything calibrated and up and running that way to hopefully give you a good experience. And of course, if you have other light guns you want to test out and try and see if you can get them up and running, by all means, do so. And please share those thoughts with the community as well as in the comments below. And also, as we get kicked off here, we're going to do our best to give you all the stuff without all the fluff. That way we can get you up and running as quickly as possible. But do us a favor though, hit that subscribe button, support the channel, give us a thumbs up. Now let's get into it. Let's start showing you all the things you're going to need to make this happen. Okay guys, so the way you're going to play light gun games on the AtGames Legends Ultimate is via your thumb drive. You're going to be building UCE files, and you're going to be playing off the Bring Your Own ROM feature, plugging in a thumb drive, and getting the games up and running that way. So what you're going to need is, you're going to need a USB 2.0 hub. This is the one that I ordered. It's only $5.99 off Amazon, and it works just fine. And the reason why is we're going to have the light gun, we're going to have the IR sensor for the light gun, as well as the flash drive, the thumb drive, all plugged into the same place. So you definitely want to use a USB 2.0 flash drive. These you can find anywhere, but just in case you do need to source one, I'll put a link in the video description below for the hub as well as for the flash drive. And of course, you're going to need your AimTrak light gun. Now, these are expensive. If you can find these on eBay or Amazon or somewhere else, by all means, go ahead and place your order. However, I will leave a link in the video description below where you can order these directly from Ultimarc, and you could get the blue, the red, the black. I went ahead and I got the black. And these guns are really cool. You can get the gun with the recoil feature. I have the gun with the recoil feature. I just don't have the recoil feature turned on right now. And also, too, the website page here has a lot of great information about these guns. If you scroll up and down, they give you all kinds of instructions on how to get these guns up and running when it comes to working them on various platforms such as PCs and other devices. So definitely hang on to this website as well. Again, link will be in the video description below. Okay guys, so I also typed some of this up for you. So not only are you going to need your USB hub and your light gun and your flash drive, you're also going to need a couple other things. You're going to need the actual calibration software that you can get through Ultimarc's website, but I'm going to post a link in the video description below. That way you can just click on it and download it to your computer, because you are going to want to calibrate the gun on your computer first and then plug it into the Legends, and I'll show you how to do that here. Also, there is a brand new core for building UCE files, a new MAME 2003 core. You're going to want to use that core because this core has been enhanced by actually the CoinOps and the MAME community. Special shout out to Brittany Piers and all the other folks on the CoinOps Discord for helping out with this. They've tweaked the core so it does work with light gun games. So you're going to have to build those with your add-on tool. Now, this is a quick screenshot of what the calibration software looks like that you get from Ultimarc when you plug in your light gun. this is what you're going to see on your screen. And you're going to want to probably take a screenshot of this. Now, I'm going to make sure that I do have everything you need uploaded into the Facebook group fan pages for AtGames. But you're definitely going to want to hang on to this screenshot at least. Let me zoom in here. And this is for your button mapping and your settings. So this is the preferred way you want to have everything mapped in order to have your trigger buttons and start buttons and everything working, reload buttons on your gun. Make sure you have it on the left, 1, 2, 6, and then on the right, it should be 3, 4, 8, I believe. And then also make sure you have it emulating mouse mode, because you do want to use your gun as a mouse as well. Now, once you get everything filled in exactly like this with those same middle boxes checked and everything, you go ahead and you hit the apply button. And when you hit the apply button, it'll go ahead and save it. What I would do is exit out, and see there's the apply button on there as well. I would exit out and go back in. Just make sure that it did save and that you do have the right button mapping settings before you plug it into the Legends Ultimate. The infrared sensor does come with the gun, guys. I went ahead and I mounted it on top of the cabinet, on top of the marquee. Works just fine. If you want to mount it in a different position, that's totally up to you. It does come with double-sided sticky tape on the bottom. So I went ahead and I just mounted it to the top of the marquee, and guess what? It does work just fine. You'll see coming up. Okay, guys, and it's important to remember, too, that we're going to have everything plugged into the leftmost USB port. So you'll notice, though, we got one wire plugged into our hub already. That is the wire from the infrared sensor. We got that plugged in right there. Now we're going to go ahead and get our other two things. We're going to need our flash drive that's got our ROM files on it, our UCE files. We're going to go ahead and plug that in. And now we're going to grab the USB cable for the AimTrak Light Gun. Remember, everything we're running is USB 2.0. That way, everything will work together. Once you have everything plugged in, you could just kind of plug it in right here into the leftmost port, and you'll see that it kind of hangs off the side of the cabinet. It's out of the way, not that obnoxious, but that's how you get everything wired up. You'll notice here on the top right corner, make sure before you do anything further, make sure your flash drive, that beacon right next to the Wi-Fi symbol, loads, and you're good to go. Okay, time for some fun. So under the settings menu on the new firmware, all the way at the very, very end, you'll see there's a light gun calibration setting. You'll notice as I kind of back up here and start waving my gun around that the cursor's already moving because I've already calibrated my gun before, but we're going to do it again just for fun for you guys. So what you want to do is you want to hold down the two red buttons on the sides of the gun for 5 seconds, and when you hold it down, you'll notice that the red dot tracks to the top left corner. So what you want to do, of course, is you want to back up, find your spot, shoot at the top left corner, then it'll move it to the top right, then it'll move it to the bottom. Now as it tracks to the bottom, once you shoot and hit the bottom, you'll notice it now locks in, and now your cursor is moving. You'll see here I'm doing some nice little crescent moon shapes, figure eights, what have you. You'll notice that there might possibly be a little trailing red dot that has popped up during that calibration menu, but you don't see that at all when you're actually playing a game. So let's go ahead and get some games fired up here. So these are some games that are compatible with the AtGames Legends Ultimate, with the main 2003 core. As you can see, you have games like Operation Thunderbolt, Terminator 2, Under Fire, Revolution X, Hogan's Alley, all have been tested to work. However, we're going to be looking at some other games as well. We got Duck Hunt, Police Trainer, Jurassic Park, Bang, and Zombie Raid. So let's go ahead and get this fired away with Duck Hunt. Now, I wouldn't worry about making bezels when you're creating your ROM files for light gun games, because you want to take up as much of the screen as possible, so you always want to set your screen to fill. As you can see here, we're tracking, we're waving. As you can see, the cursor's moving pretty good. Not a lot of hiccups or anything of that nature. Now for Duck Hunt, you just hit the start button once and you shoot at the screen, and that'll get your one-player game started. Don't hit the start button twice, or you're going to end up accidentally starting two-player, and if you don't have two guns, you'll have to kind of get out of the game and get back in. But as you can see, we are working, and apparently I just suck. Got him! Boom! See? It works. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's try another game because we don't want to make this video too long. Let's try Police Trainer. Now, for Police Trainer, you have to hit the start button on the control deck, only hit it once, then you have to aim off screen and press both the red buttons in order to get the game launched. You'll notice as you kind of play around with these games, guys, that depending on how those games in arcade and the main setups are for those games, launching the games might be different. Duck Hunt, you just press start and shoot. This game, you have to press start and then turn around and press the two red buttons facing away from the screen to get the game launched. And always remember, only hit start once or you're going to accidentally add another coin and start a player 2. And if you don't have a player 2 plugged in, you're going to have some issues.
Jesus.
Now, personally, I kind of like the Police Trainer game. I think it's a lot of fun. Just want to show you this level real quick with the judgment. Got to make your best judgment. Don't shoot the guys who are holding their arms up. Let's take a look. Boom, pass. So much fun, and as you can see, the light gun is tracking the way it should. Okay, guys, we're going to switch over and check out some Zombie Raid. In Zombie Raid, you got to start the game the same way you do the last game. You got to hit the start button once, only once, and then hold the two red buttons and shoot off screen to make sure you only start player 1 mode. Go ahead and enter whatever initials you want. Who cares? We just want to get this up and running. And what's kind of funny about the opening scene is it's kind of like the opening scene of a movie with this game. If you've played this game before, it's a lot of fun until you actually get beyond the gates. So you kind of have opening credits playing while you're killing the monsters. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, we're tracking fairly well. I noticed that the light gun tracking on this particular game isn't working. Now keep in mind, if your games don't launch with the new core, or if you're having any issues with how the games are playing, you might need to just try a different ROM. Obviously, I can't share ROM files with you guys, but definitely it's going to be plug and play to find the right ROM that's going to work with these main 2003 cores that have the improved light gun capabilities. And of course, you can get your Jurassic Park up and running. And of course, you can just hold down the trigger button and fire away in this game. And that's how it plays. It's actually probably one of the easiest shooting games you ever play. You just hold down the button and just let it fire away, and you just gotta aim and kill the dinosaurs as they're running at you. It's pretty simple, but a lot of fun. Okay, and let's try Bang. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bang before, but Bang is a really, really fun shooting game. In fact, it's a game made up of a ton of mini games. Now, this one as well, you press the start button once on the control deck, and then you got to hold your two red buttons and fire off screen. And that way you can enter one-player mode. Don't forget those steps, guys. Now, this kind of funny. You have this old Wild West roulette wheel, and it'll pull up a mini game, and there's all kinds of mini games. There's dozens of them on here, and there's so much fun to play and learn and all that kind of stuff. I'm still getting used to it. Recently discovered this game myself, and it's a lot of fun. So there you go. All you got to do is find the games that you really like and enjoy, having a blast and all that. And by the way, if you find games that work, don't be afraid to share them with the community so we can all have a great experience. there you go, guys. Pew pew! As you can see, it's not groundbreaking, but it's still awesome. It's awesome that AtGames once again is trying to give their community of fans another way to enjoy playing the games they want to play on their platform. So kudos to AtGames, kudos to RS Mayor, the beta testers, the development team, the CoinOps Discord folks. A lot of folks work together to get this far. Now, there are going to be some growing pains on the way. Not everything is perfect with firmware updates. We all know that. So we'll look forward to seeing how this goes once it's officially released. Definitely, if there's any issues, let AtGames know. If you're having problems with your games, try rebuilding the UCE file with a different ROM from a different ROM set using that MAME 2003 Light Gun core. And eventually, I know I had to make several in order to find 10. I got 10 that work right now, and I'm hoping I can make a bunch more. Anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave comments below. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That subscribe button is so important, and we greatly appreciate all your support. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for hanging out upstairs with us, and pew pew!